Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, fan perception or fan comments or anyone saying anything to me, I literally don't give a fuck. So like, I want to do good for me. I don't want to do good for anyone else besides like myself and my teammates.
Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview, this time covering VCT Americas Stage 1 for Week 3. My guest at this time is Boostio of 100 Thieves, coming off of their victory over Loud in said week and in said competition. Boostio, thank you so much for the opportunity for another interview. This time you're coming off a win, so I'm sure you're feeling very glorious. But nevertheless, I gotta give you the usual first question. How are you feeling?
I feel good. It is like bittersweet because I played bad again. I haven't played good in a minute, so or it's not that I played bad because my calling was good and like team wise it was good, but like individual performance wise, you definitely like I've been doing very not good. So it's definitely affected me a little bit, but I'm glad we pulled out the win. We had a good comeback. It's good to have like as a new team, being able to come back from like a 9-3 on second map after you got shit on the first map. So it's like it's good that we got that win because it just gives us a lot of confidence for the rest of the year that we can always like, make a comeback. We can always look back at the moment and like have those same feelings if we're ever down like 3-9 at like Toronto or Paris. So it's like a very important win for us. And I think as a team, we are playing pretty well. It was sloppy, but overall it was, we got the dub and it was because of our team play. So it's good.
No, for sure. It's kind of as you said, the team showed resilience, and it was one in which we haven't really seen that side of this team so far this year. And also, like with plenty of high stakes, I would say, on the line regarding the team's potential, towards making playoffs for stage one. It was there, and you guys were able to overcome that. And it was such that made its way, or more so started to form in the form of that map one lost to Loud in Haven. And so, I mean, obviously, like just kind of starting off there, with Loud bringing in a new player in Luxo and having him get integrated to the team. What do you feel Loud through to you guys that kind of made it difficult, or maybe it was probably more so yourselves just kind of not hitting the usual shots?
Yeah, I think individual wise, I think I'm slumping. So you know, in the past I've been a very good fragging IGL, I'd say, but definitely like last year that was more like not very good fragging wise. I think this year I'm doing really bad. I need to like step it up. But I think overall, yeah, we did have today was a day where we weren't all like all cylinders, all our aim is the best aim in the world, and still being able to pull out a win when they have a rookie that's like dropping plus 30 on us, like that gives confidence to Loud, like themselves, that like they're his teammates, like you know my rookie is owning. I've been doing this for 3 years. Like I can do the same thing. Like it naturally gives you confidence. So I think us being able to pull out that win strictly off team play, pretty much. Crowd cells also had a great series, but besides that, like I think it's such an important win for us. And I do agree, by the way, fans probably don't realize, but like us losing to Loud is like really bad for like making Toronto. It's like I think if we lost to Loud, then like we could technically, if Loud went out, then like we would not make it. We would be no matter what almost, because fucking we lost to Loud, but Loud lost to everyone else that we would have to go against. So that was a very important match, actually.
Yeah, and of course, like, and even so, like, there was potential, as you said, like at the start of the conversation, where Lau was going to close it and make it 2-0, with that 9-3 opening half on
Yeah.
Icebox on attacking side. But then that momentum started to shift for you guys when it was your turn to be on the attacking side on Icebox with that, good old fashioned, old reliable Icebox comp that we saw most of last
Yep.
year. And so, two-part question. What did you see in the team that kind of changed the momentum into your sides on that second half? And also, like, with Icebox back onto the 100 Thieves map pool for this year, I mean, was it just sort of a return to comfortness, when it comes to opting for that composition?
I don't. I think we're really flexible, to be honest. So I don't think it's really about comfort. Just the problem is, like when we talked about it, it's like you need something to plant the bomb. If that's a harbor, if that's a sage because of her wall, harbor because of his orb, it acts like a wall. Just another character that can do it. I forget. But Gecko goes into that list. Like I feel like on Icebox, if we don't have one of these three, you're low key trolling Gecko, Harbor, or Sage. So out of the three, we just looked at the like what comps we can make, and I think we just slowly realized that like Gecko adds a flash, which is also hard to bring if you're unless you're running Yoru. So it's not the best flash in the game, but it's still a flash and a crosshair displacer. So that's kind of how we came to that. It's just like it kind of fits everything we need, even though it's pretty niche in terms of the flash. Um, so we just think Gecko is probably the best overall with the comp we're playing right now.
Yeah, for sure, and it was such that finished in success for this 100 Thieves squad, and then going over into Split. I mean, kind of like the same question as in Icebox. Just continue the momentum there. I mean, just having to finish that final map and then you know finishing with a victory. I think it was you yourself like and Asuna kind of embracing each other, or maybe I was wrong. I wasn't able to catch your face, but like finishing Split, how good does that must feel to just like show the overcoming of adversity that you
Yeah.
mentioned at the start of the conversation.
Yeah. So yeah, Split, low key. Yeah, like I said, also no discredit allowed. They played well, but I'm gonna be honest. We played like yeah, like I feel like we did not play the best, but that's off point. So I'll just not even say it. But what I did say after map 2 when we had that comeback on Icebox, I did tell everyone that I had the same amount of emotion winning that map 2 as I did winning Icebox against Lev to make Shanghai. So I mean, this is like a Mickey Mouse regular season game. But for me to have that feel, and I'm also not like a super emotional guy, so like for me to have like them on the same level, it was a super important match. I think for to make Toronto and for the rest of the year confidence wise. So I'm very happy about that Icebox, even though it should never be that close. I'm going to be honest. We are much better than like how we play today. It's just it felt. I told everyone as well. Like I already knew we were winning Split. Like after the Icebox comeback, there's no way we're losing this series. So yeah, I don't think we played the best, but that map 2 definitely was one of the best. Definitely by far the best feeling regular season match I've ever had by far.
Zix answered a question from Elizabeth from in the map in like in between map 1 or map 2, in which like he highlighted that the team had to be more proactive and be more aggressive and have to like um, do that stuff in order to have that be the foundation for the team's turnaround, which eventually did happen. How did you view the team's proactiveness in subsequent maps in map 2 and map 3, and how did that kind of push you guys forward into victory?
Yeah, so map 1 we did horrible, so that must have been after map 1 because we weren't proactive in map 1. That's why we lost. So I'm guessing that yeah, that was right before map 2. And I would say on defense, we low key were not that great at it either, because this is not like a like when he says that, like we purposely in scrims practice being proactive, and like we talk about it a lot as a team, like strategy wise, like even if we're 4 on a bomb site, if they hit it with breach tail, you're losing. You have to be disruptive. You have to take risk and be aggressive. You cannot just sit on a site and turtle it. So we talk about it all the time, and we just were not doing it very well on Haven, or we did it horribly on Haven, and then on Icebox we didn't do it that well. On attack, it got a little better. We started, micro-calming and saying what to fight, when, how. But on defense, we low key got rinsed, and we were not calming that much about little micro fights. So as the series went on, it progressively got better, and I think by the time Split came, we on defense were still a little shaky, but on attack we were like 100% on the same side. So it was good.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure. I kind of want to now pivot over to yourself, and it's something that you've been repeating time and time again. Especially at the very early on in the conversation, that I kind of want to focus on at this point of the interview. You mentioned your individual performance and how like
Mm-hmm.
it's far below the kind of standards that you've set you for yourself. And I'm gonna have to hit you with the statistics on VLR. According to VLR on the entire page, you are next to dead last in terms of
Who's with
overall
me?
rating. Below you is Vinny. So,
That's good.
but what I'm trying to get at is, I mean, it has to be like annoying for you to have to like try to be the IG and try to play to how you usually play. You're fragging and all of that good
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and not really been able to do that while at the same time leading your team to victories. Because I mean, at the end of the day, that's most important. But for someone like you, kind of must have give you like a pretty strange feeling to look at your individual performance. So I want to ask you, how have you viewed, your individual season, and does it kind of like give you that like sense of frustration that you're not able to perform individually speaking, but at the same time you're helping the team win?
That's a good question. I think if I was anyone else, I would feel terrible for them. So, because like I'm gonna be honest, like fan perception or fan comments or anyone saying anything to me, I literally don't give a fuck. So like I want to do good for me. I don't want to do good for anyone else besides like myself and my teammates and 100 Thieves, like the org itself. But like I would feel horrible. I bet I would feel horrible if I was a person that cared about public perception, what people think about me. So for the people that have that and have to struggle with not performing well, I feel so bad for them. But to be honest, from like a fan perspective, I don't care if people flame me and say I'm like the worst player in the league. It doesn't matter. As long as I know that I'm calming well and making the team better from me, even if I'm not playing that well, I have the best aimers in the world, so I don't really care. But definitely having the champ tier I had, where arguably like I was the top bragging IGL, and then last year I didn't play great. I still had a lot of bad series. Still called really well last year though, and I'm calling very good this year. It definitely does suck, like from me myself, because I know what I can do, and I do feel like every match so far this year, I feel good. Like my aim doesn't feel bad. Like I feel like I could drop a nuke at any point. It just never happened yet this year, so it's definitely weird, and I want it gone. I definitely want to start, aiming better. But if we keep winning, I'll go minus 30 every series if we win champs. I don't care. Like I don't care if people say I'm by far the worst player in the league.
Yeah, because as long as you win, that's basically all that matters, right? So
That's
yeah,
the IGL's whole job, is yet to win.
of course, man, of course, and definitely understanding of that. And so, Boostio, got to give him my thanks for you for doing this other in this other interview, latest interview. Really do appreciate that. Thanks for providing all the insights to what's happening in 100 Thieves, especially after this match. I really appreciate that also. And of course, I got to give you the best of luck for the road
Thank
ahead.
you. Thank you.